welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Haley and you're watching Between the Pages. I have a book review for you today, and that is Witches Steeped in Gold by Ciannon Smart. This is the first in a series that I will not be continuing, and we're going to go over why. So this is about two girls. One is from the ruling class, one is from the oppressed class, and they're both witches. And that's about it. It was really, I liked the political intrigue. That's usually like a big plus for me with books because I really thrive off of mystery and suspense and intrigue and plotting and scheming and stuff. So I did like that part of this book. It's not my favorite fantasy world. It's a little too complicated for me. With just like the magic system and like how it works and the different classes and the different tribes and these different countries, and it was a lot, and like I understand why. It's chunky. Like this one's big, and I don't even know how big the second one is. I think it's only a duology. It might be a trilogy at this point. I don't know. But yeah, it was too complicated for me. There's this thing called the yielding trial where the ruling class, the Alumbrar, which is what Jasmine is a part of, goes through this trial to basically like be a sacrifice to like continue their magic and things like that. I didn't care about that. I was just like, this isn't interesting. Like, why are we here? There's too many side plots because like I said, we're following two witches from opposite sides of this like ever going on war. So again, it's two sides that are eternally at war. One of the most cliche fantasy tropes, I guess. There's this side quest where they have to go find these things called jejes that will like help them enhance their magic and things like that. And I was just like, there are too many side plots. I don't care. So Araya is from the Obia, which is the former ruling class and the now oppressed class. And then Ciannon is a Zizian, which is a third faction that wants to rule. So we have three different tribes of people that are basically all grappling for power. And like I said, normally this would interest me, but not in this context. There's also a little thing between, I think it's Rohe, I think that's how you pronounce it, or Roger. I don't know. I listened to it on audiobook, so I would know how to pronounce these names, but now I can't remember how to pronounce them. Great. Just a fantasy lover's, polite fantasy names that you can't pronounce. And Jasmine, who is like the princess, heir to be of the throne, they kind of have a thing going on, which I kind of liked because like Rohe is a pirate, and I love pirate characters. I think it's because they just like do whatever they want, and they're like rough and tumble and like rugged and things like that. So I do like that. Ciannon and Araya, again, can't remember how to pronounce these names, kind of have a thing, which would it be interesting to me if the story was more engaging, in my opinion. Araya talks about ruthlessness and like everything, and all I could think of was ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves from Epic, because I love Epic, the musical. Big fan. One of my favorite songs. And then there's this one thing that I'm pretty sure I know where this series is going. Ciannon is Zizian's prince, so he's not just a guard, which is what Araya thought he was, and he's also like Jasmine's best friend. So he's actually the Zizian prince. And I was like, okay, well, the Zizians like want to take over. The Obia are trying to fight the Alumbrar to take over again. And I was like, why don't these two characters just get married and like combine their factions to like overthrow the Alumbrar or something. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not continuing in this series, and I don't care to continue in this series, so I don't care how it ends. So I might be onto something here, or I might be totally off track. Who knows? But yeah, that was my kind of rambly review of Witches Steeped in Gold by Ciannon Smart, and I will see you guys later. Bye!